Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? I'm Enrique. You can also call me Sketch Monster. That is my pen name. Today is another sketchbook session in this sketchbook. So the idea is that I'm going to take this sketchbook right here and I'm going to film every single page of it and put it on camera. One video per drawing. So the caveat to this is that I am going to free associate. I'm not going to think about what I'm going to draw first. Obviously, it's going to be more about what I'm into in the moment, but it's going to be in pen, no erasing. That's pretty much it. So if you're if you're into drawing, if you're into learning art, if you're into art advice that'll make you better, you're into learning how to draw your favorite characters, any of that, please subscribe to this channel. And also don't forget when you subscribe to hit that little bell icon so it will give you a notification. Let's get into it. All right, let's start here. This video is fast forwarded roughly about 4 times, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you want to see the full version will be posted. I'll put in the link below. It's the kind of the raw footage, but there's no commentary over it. This is the sped up with commentary over it, me talking. So what I'm right now, again, I'm scribbling and there's really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of vaguely putting in these shapes. I had no clue, like I had less clue than ever because I haven't done these in a while. But I just knew I wanted to do attacking like a monster, and I wanted the monster to be higher up than the person to kind of give this kind of trapped feel. I'm going in here and I'm also, don't forget I'm using the Zebra F301. That's a pen I use a lot. That and another one. It has a fine point on it as well. You got to make sure to get the fine point, otherwise it's going to look pretty gross. So I'm going to this character, and he's so small, you know. This character is really small, so I have to like simplify the shapes that I'm doing, and I want to make him... I want to try to get in some form of detail, but I have to do it incredibly small, kind of beyond that. So I'm trying to make sure the shape is as good as I can get it, while it being that small. I want him holding a sword, I know that. And I don't really know what kind of soldier he is. I do want him to be a soldier of some kind. I don't know what era. Maybe not even a particular era, just kind of a random, just kind of made up version, which is kind of what I was doing. I was thinking like maybe little meat tenderizer in his hand that he has as a club. I'm kind of thinking about the stance he'd be in. Pushing forward again, trying to figure out this stance. It's going to be not too... I should have worked it out more before it, but since this is kind of the point of these sketchbook sessions, I'm going to try to just do it, you know, free for all here. Free for all. How did I say it? I didn't really work the pose out as much, but it's alright. It's good enough. Going over here, I know it's going to be rocks. For whatever reason, in my mind, I had those bugs, some Starship Troopers in my brain. So that's kind of what I was thinking about, and I was also trying to not do that, if that makes sense. I'm trying to pull away. I'm doing the exact bug. I just knew I wanted something bug-like. So I threw an eye in there, because I don't believe the other ones had an eye. Thinking it will be on his back, some kind of protection from nature, I don't know. Thinking maybe that weird turtle. Oh, strange turtle shell. A front arm. Mostly to hold him up. I didn't give him like a crab claw, which is what I was thinking about. Right here slowly, and like again, I don't know what's going on, so I'm slowly trying to work out the design as I'm going, you know, which is not recommended, but this is like just free for all. Go to the top, and I'm like, what is that going to be? A turtle shell? Is that going to be, what is it? Like rocks? Maybe he hid in the rocks, you know, and that's kind of like, that would be his camouflage, and he comes out and, you know, catches things. But then you gotta think about, why would he camouflage? He probably doesn't have any larger predators than him. He's a pretty giant thing. I mean, or maybe he does. You're in a world that maybe there is large predators everywhere. Maybe not predators, but it'd be like different of his race. You know, they're bigger ones, like I think like what sharks eat other sharks, stuff like that. There's a really cool article about a crocodile that ate. I think it was a saltwater crocodile. It's huge, and it ate this freshwater crocodile. It's pretty neat. It was like way dinkier. Right over here, putting these little folds underneath. That's kind of like something I always do. It's just an easy go-to thing, and you just have to be random with it. I do a video on that as well. If I can remember after this, I will link that in the video in the description. The how to draw organic folds. Sorry, I'm talking like it's a library in here, man. I gotta wake up. Ugh. Sorry, I just woke up in the morning. I just woke up. I wake up real late. I'm wondering what time to post these videos now. I've been posting them like at 7. I'm gonna try 6 o'clock for the next few days. For the night owls. Going over here, I think I'm like I said, I'm a little bit more confident on what it's gonna look like in the end. So I have a vision. So I'm trying to just shade things out here. Going into core shadow, or is light bouncing off the floor? Is it not? And these aren't meant to be 100% finished drawings. Obviously, this is in a sketchbook format, demonstration, all that stuff. So I'm trying to shade as much as I can. I think I do that because it's so therapeutic. It's really therapeutic to just shade, you know. Even have I have a short ebook about that as well, how to get started in shading, or Shading 101. If you guys haven't got that, check that out. I don't think I'm gonna put a link to that. Unfortunately, I'm gonna try not to link too many things that are outside the site for a while. Going over here, trying to make sense. I mean, I don't want him to be dragging his stomach. That's another thing. You know, he's obviously on his legs for a reason. He's not gonna drag himself like a crab. So, well, crabs can push up as well. So, but I don't want this dude. He's not gonna scratch his stomach on like rocks. That's just not gonna happen. I mean, like I mean, it could, but he's too heavy. It'll just jack him up. He's got to be able to push himself and actually walk around. Unless he's on a beach and he can drag himself. That's soft sand, rough sand. I'm sitting back and trying to figure out what I want to do with this thing. Wow, and this is 4 times fast. I must have just left this thing. I don't know what's up with these brakes, man. I'm talking to myself. Again, going to the rocks, trying to make the rocks as random as possible, but not so random it just looks like a bunch of mush, so. Again, go to the rocks. When I do this kind of randomness, I'm just thinking, I'm not thinking at all. I'm just like, what? You know. I mean, there is a slight thought to it. The only thought to it is it has to be solid form. It can't be, like I said, mush. Going into now his back here, kind of go back and forth. And I'm like, if this needs more dimension, somehow this thing is back. This needs something else. Oops, sorry about that, my phone went off. Continue to go into these dimensions in his back. I'm thinking like I said, rocks, although I'm thinking also crystal shards for whatever reason. See, that could be another part of the story. Maybe it's not camouflage, maybe he has a valuable, god dang, my phone, man. Maybe he has a valuable, commodity on his back that maybe people want to hunt and get, you know. And actually this thing is a unfortunate soul. Hmm. Right here, I wanted to put something in the background, something to fill the sky, and I was thinking maybe there was, you know, other dead soldiers over there that got, you know, it didn't work out for them. But why would they have smoke? Right? They don't have automatic weapons of any kind. So I don't know. Maybe there's fires. You're always thinking about the story, even though I'm pulling this out my butt, right? I'm always thinking about the story as it moves along. The only difference is I didn't work the story out before I started this, which is proper, by the way. You should do that. This one, like I said, the whole gimmick of it is that I'm just free associating as I draw. So, but I am thinking about the story even as it develops. You know, there's this big empty space on the bottom right that I don't like. I could either darken that up or lighten it up, but since this is a sketch, I'm definitely not going to darken it too hard. I'm going to go in and just try to throw some rocks over here. I'm playing around with how I could vignette it out right now, but then I'm like, forget it. Forget the vignette. Throw a bunch of rocks over here. And even just that one rock already fills the area. That's in composition, by the way. I have not done a single video on composition, and I see a few on camera stuff, not a bunch on... Not a lot on the internet about art composition. There's a bunch right on the golden mean. I want to create a very, very elaborate composition video that I would actually, you know, sell. But that's like a pipe dream, you know. It's in the future. Doing shadow over here, and at this point I'm like, this has got to make sense somehow. He's got to create a shadow. This thing's huge. So I'm like, alright, I gotta put this shadow in. I'm pulling the lines in certain directions I think rocks would be, like over the surface for him. Continue kind of like define the parameters of the design. Trying to make things make more and more sense to the viewer. That's kind of the ultimate goal, right? Make more and more sense to someone who's looking at it that's not you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, of course this makes sense to me, right, as I'm doing it, but you're trying to make it make sense to someone else who sees it for the first time. Continue to kind of go to the rocks here. Those beautiful rocks. Pushing forward. Except for all these breaks I seem to be taking. I don't understand how I took all these breaks. I gotta chop those out next time. Bugging me. Now we're going right back to one-to-one motion. This is toward the end, and I just want to show you kind of like this is real time, essentially, what I'm doing right now. I'm just right here repairing things up. Nothing too amazing. Because, like, and I always say this. I always say this. Eventually, it will just become kind of like this kind of fiddling around. You're just gonna keep finessing. You know, I remember hearing that word when I was like years ago, and it just always stuck to me. Finesse. You finesse this thing, whatever. You know, where all the things are like, all the things. Excuse me, I yawned. All the things. Sorry, again, I woke up late. I'm tired still. So all the things are there in the picture. It's just that you're trying to make them more clear and more clear and more clear. You know, you're trying to really push. Not even push anything really. You're just slowly finessing the thing. It's not even a push. It's like relaxing, really. It's extremely relaxing. So this arm is going forward, so I'm gonna throw a thicker line over that. Kind of make that make a little bit more sense. And I think this is pretty much toward the end. Again, I'm just gonna be, you keep bolding in lines that you want to look forward at, like that come forward.
Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate everything. I appreciate all the comments, the likes, everything you've done. Don't forget to subscribe. And like I said, if you did like the video, press like on it. And I'm also going to be putting the entire playlist so you can go back and see the entire book. So check that out right here. I'll talk to you guys next time.